All right, I want to welcome everyone to the family tree. Put your hands together, family. Hey. What's up?
Yeah, buddy.
Everybody's doing well. And everybody's saying, ooh, it is hot out there. It's hot.
Yes, sir.
All right, we're going to get started. Big B, I'm just going to bring it on down as we let more folks in. Come on in. Join the family. Come on, y'all. Come on in. All right. I'm going to stop sharing up here, Big B.
All right,
and
buddy.
We are in. You see me
Okay,
there?
let me get my view right here so I can see what's going on.
Are you in there, buddy?
There we go. Okay, I got my gallery down. Now I can see it.
All right. Now my Facebook screen is coming up. Now what's going on? I don't know what's going on, y'all.
Oh, man.
But hey, I just want to welcome everyone to the family tree. If this is the first time, welcome for sitting in tonight, and hanging around this tree. We call it the family tree because this is the place where even in ancient times we sat around the trees, as we say, the ancient laurel trees, and we got together to talk about situation, anything on your heart, in your mind, anything going on. We got around the tree and we solved our problems. Guess what?
Yes, sir.
Any and all your problems may be right around this tree. How about
Wow.
that? So I want to just reach out and tell everybody that, we say this is your only real social security. You got to say it slow. Social security. And that means that social security is your family. It's not a check, y'all. It is your family. All right.
Make sure that everyone is muted, guys, and make sure we'll be all right.
Mute yourself. Please mute yourself. All right. And we want to start off by saying, if you want to join the conversation, this is the place where you can ask the questions about holistic health, anything on your heart and mind, anything that's going on, you have a question about. We say drop it down in the chat box, right there in the chat box, Big B, or hit the reaction bar. It's got a little heart now. It's changed. There's a lot of stuff that's changed.
Got a little heart, man. Trying to mess us up.
A lot of stuff has changed. But down here at the very bottom, hit the reaction bar, and you can click on, and with Big B raising his hand, you can raise your hand, get in queue, and we'll get to you in line as we go along.
As best as we can.
As best as we can. And with that, we'll make sure we try to answer your question. If you're someone that's calling in, maybe by phone, say, hey, you know what? I don't want to get on camera, but I want to ask a question. You can put it down in the chat box.
Yeah.
Put it in the chat box, and Big B or Prophetess, if she comes in, she'll basically, AKA Fingers, she'll get that question up to us. All right.
I haven't seen it yet, Dr. P, but we're looking out for her.
Okay, good. And if there's anyone that may say, hey, well, you know what? I'm calling by phone. I'm just listening in tonight. But hey, something may come up. You want to ask a question and you may have missed that prompt where it says to actually log in. Just let us know you're calling by phone and we'll try to get you in. How's that sound? All right, we're going to get started. And I say that, there's some things that are in the news. I want to, without a doubt, give our host with the most, Big B, Bill 1L Morgan. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, man, look, I got no complaints. I worked on my tan today because it was hot as Hades over here in Jersey. Good morning. What the weather, brother out, man. Look, I come down in my t-shirt. I went outside. I was sweating bullets, man. I said, Lord, help a brother out. Help him out.
Can't say
you know what he said? Go in the house. Act like you got something to say.
That's right. Hey, man, it's really hot. It's the humidity. And yes, they say it's gonna change a little bit tomorrow, get a little lighter.
Yeah.
But it's going to come back again. They say it's going to stay around for a while. You know what a lot of this is talking about? We talk about the sun, we talk about the UV. Got to watch the UV levels because you know that the UV levels were very high today. I don't know if y'all know about that. So I'm going to go over that a little bit today about the UV levels and when the times that you got to watch out for being outside. All right. Because it does make a difference with your skin. All right. We're going to get started. But Big B, tell us what's going on in the news, buddy. Give us some news on our numbers and what we got going on.
I don't even know if I want to talk about it, boy. It's a met numbers kid. And hey, guys, we're of course our very favorite website right now until they start change and do something else. Is what it's called our CDC, the Flu View, guys. And of course, right now we're looking at our at our numbers. Some of them are trending sideways, some of them going up and down. But anyway, for right now, for our clinical labs, we're looking at 1% trending sideways. Of course, the outpatient respiratory illness is also trending sideways at 1.1%, 1.4%. And of course, needless to say, our hospitalization at 0.1% per 100,000. And our mortality rate, this is how our mortality rate, guys, is at 0.02%, trending down, guys.
Wow, that's good, man.
So we're getting good. So we're at,
Yeah.
before we go there, our seasonal influenza activity remains low right now, Dr. Reese, nationally, right? So the CDC is estimating that there have been at least 35 million illnesses, Dr. P, 390,000 hospitalization, and 25,000 deaths from flu so far this season. So still got to keep your eyes up, guys. So
yep, still
COVID's still around too.
Stay vigilant. Yep.
Cover yourself, cover yourself.
Yep.
All right, so there we are, Doc.
All right. Hey, I want to start off today. You know, we always talk about testimonies, anything on your heart and mind. We try to get these testimonies out first because that means a lot. It means a lot to me, to everyone.
Yes.
Because a testimony goes a long way. When you sit at the front line like I do, you see the difference between when a person says, I just don't know what I can do to hold on, you know, and then that's when I give them one of the testimonies that I've actually run across or something that you may have shared here on this platform. So I want to always say that people aren't going in something, about to go in something already, or you're coming out of something. But either way, it's a testimony for someone.
Yes.
And that really means a lot. And I mean, if you can hear it from my heart, just let me understand. Just understand me that it really does matter. So even if you got something on, you may be something simple. May say, man, my blood pressure was down today. We want to wrap our arms around you and give you a celebration because that's where we start. Every great journey starts with what? One step.
One step at a time.
That is so. Crawl, walk, run is what we say. So I want to open up the floor to the family tree. But before I even do that, I do want to announce a little bit of sad news on the side. Dr. Edwards, you know, our workout fitness friend that actually comes in all the time and he gives us little sets on how to stay healthy and do the things that we do. Well, he lost his brother over the weekend. Okay. He lost his brother and his brother Keith passed away over the weekend. So we want to send out our prayers and our wishes to Dr. Edwards. You know, I will give out his number. And if you want to reach out to him, just give him a call. He just said, sign up for classes. He just keep it moving. So he's always such a warm-hearted person. And he says, thank you in advance. But he says, just be a part. He just wants to give him a shout out if you can about a part of the family tree. And if you have something you want to share with him, you can do that. I'm going to give out his number. Big B, I'll have that number for you. Okay.
Okay, great. You got it.
Have it out there for you. All right. So that's Dr. Edwards. He did lose his brother. All right. So prayers for the Dr. Edwards family. All right. All right. We're going to get moving. Let's see. What do we have, Big B? A lot of folks coming in right now. A lot of folks coming in. Here they come. Here they come.
Yeah,
here they come. Yes.
And Fingers is also coming. She said her computer's doing an update, of course, at the last minute. So she'll be in here in a minute.
Okay. All right. So we're going to get started. But the first thing we want to do is open up the floor. So are there any testimonies in the house that anyone wants to share with the family? The floor is open. All right. Any testimonies? Any testimonies? Anyone going once? Going once? Big B, I don't know, man. Sometimes
Doc, we get the sloop testimonies, when we get started. And everybody gets happy. That's what happens.
This isn't a testimony, but I love that shirt you have on.
Oh, look out. Kamara says she love that shirt you got on.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate you. You talking about me, right? You talking about make sure you talking about me. She might have been talking to somebody else. I don't know. Yes, thank you so much.
I got a testimony.
Oh, who's that? Right. Melissa, go ahead, Melissa. Testimony on, girl.
Yes, I have to. Big B.
Yes,
Thank you so much.
Yes.
For sharing your beet juice.
Girl, go ahead now.
You laughing. It has done two things for me. Number one, I'm not taking my metoprolol as much.
Shut up now. I know that deal.
Yeah, that's number one.
Okay.
And then today, I went to the hematologist because my blood work was all over the place. So they said go see hematology. Those beets have brought my iron up. I have been on iron supplements for months.
Have mercy.
months,
Have
and my
mercy.
iron was still running low. I am finally at the very beginning of the normal range.
Right. All right. All right.
I think it's like 12 something or whatever. Anyway.
Oh, well,
So,
that is a shout there.
See,
Give her a hand.
that's why I'm hollering, man. What are you talking about?
We got
See
a
there?
shout. See, that means a lot, because if it's something that has changed better and you never saw this before, that makes a big difference. So definitely, that is, shout out. Yes, give her a shout out. Everybody,
Congratulations.
come out
Yes,
for
that's
mute,
exactly
please.
right.
Come on mute and give her a shout, y'all. Come on.
Congratulations, Melissa. That's what's up.
congratulations.
That's so awesome.
Congratulations.
Beets are, specifically, when you have certain vegetables, they do certain things. The beets are the dilators. So that means that if you are someone that has issue with congestive issues, like congestive heart issues, we say endothelial disruption. That's what that's for. That's usually, you see the effects much better than anyone. Because remember, when the heart has to pumps through a vortex. That vortex, boom, 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 has to be able to pump back to the heart. And if you can't pump back to the heart, that's when we start to have the issues with congestion, and that's with congestive heart failure. Got it? So when you have those beats, dilates, open them up, right? So you can get that oxygen flowing again. So God bless you, Melissa.
Yes, indeed.
All right.
I have one.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Hi, this is Neetha. Grand Risings, everyone.
Hey, Neetha, how you doing?
I'm doing good. First of all, Melissa, are you home? I didn't get a call. But anyway, I'll touch base.
No, ma'am, I'm not home yet. I'm still.
Oh, okay. All right. When you said you went to see the rheumatologist, I said, wait a minute. She home and went to an appointment? I didn't get a call. Okay, then. Right. I have to piggyback a little bit with her because Bill, by you
you mean
sharing that, I went and bought. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I meant veggie. I meant veggie. Yes. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I went and bought some beet juice.
Yes.
And I started taking it every morning. And I also found, because Sprout has them, the beet snacks.
Yeah.
The whole beets, those little small whole beets.
Yeah.
That you buy in a small package.
And
I just take them in my car and I pop them in, as a snack when I'm out working. Now, you remember on a couple of Zooms ago, I told you I went to the doctor and I haven't fired it yet, but I am working on it. I'm trying to find someone
You're
else.
working on it.
I fired doctors too.
I like that one. I like that one.
I'm the employer. I'm the employer now. They're employees.
That's right. You the CEO. You the CEO.
That's right. So when she told me I didn't have gout and it's a bunion and I have nothing protruding, I said, that's okay. I have my resources. So I started the colchicine treatment. So I went and picked it up from my brother and it was so funny. He said, you would want me to give it to you. I said, well, why? He said, because if it infiltrates, you really going to holler. I said, well, my daughter will do more IVs than you do. I think she can do it better than you. So I've been going with my treatments. And it is really my gout, but that gouty or that pain or that inflammation in that right great toe is gone. But I'm going to complete it. I'm going to complete it for the 6 weeks. And I believe it's helping with I'm going to see how things go, helping with my arthritis issues. So
all right,
awesome.
Now.
Let's come off mute and wrap our hands around Neetha. Let's give her a shout, y'all. Everybody, come on.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Working.
Very nice.
Thank you. Anything that helps, I want to bring it and share it because, that's
awesome. Yes. All of this stuff works, y'all. That's why we got to communicate, share this information. It makes a big difference. So congratulations, Neetha, and keep up the great work. All right. And, whenever you decide, you're going to drop the hammer whenever you decide to tell your doctor.
You out of here, homie.
Boy, that's going to be a day for that doctor. It's gonna be a day for that doctor. All right, let's go. Who else is there?
I have,
Big B.
I have one.
Go ahead,
Okay.
Clorinda.
Clorinda. Hey, Dr. Clorinda, how you doing?
I'm good. I
Mhm.
actually had, because I'm usually telling my patients when they need to fire their doctors because they're not doing right. But I actually had a patient who had been chronic anemia. He's a veteran. He's had an amputation, diabetic, flow issues. So he's a below the knee amputee. He's got chronic anemia, and he said the doctor had put him on iron and said he just wanted him to take the iron every other day. So he wasn't taking the iron like he was supposed to. She said every other day because it constipated him. And he already has some issue with constipation because he's on pain medicine. So he said, well, she mentioned to me if I like greens, collard greens, turnip greens, or whatever. And she said, because that would help me build up my iron level. I said, that's a doctor you need to keep. I said, she should have told you that before she put you on the iron.
Well,
wow. See there? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You know, they'll look at just iron as being the only thing, but it's more than that. It's a dynamic of nutrients that they're missing. And, you know, it's usually, we say hydrogen based, land and sea. That's it.
Yeah.
There is nothing higher than on the planet than land and sea. That's why to raise that pH, to raise that immune system, start to assimilate again, starts with anything land and sea, hydrogen based, anything green. That's it. Anything green. So that's good. Dr. Clorinda, I tell you, you and Nitha, y'all tag team, boy. I tell you, I'll be looking out for y'all, boy. I tell you. Just give Dr. Clorinda a hand. Everybody come on mute,
yes.
Yes.
That's what's up. Congratulations.
Great.
Yes,
Absolutely.
indeed.
Good job, both of y'all.
Thank you for your work.
That's awesome. That is awesome. All right. Anybody else we have? Anyone else? Good stuff so far. Good stuff. Good stuff. Anyone else?
Come on, y'all. Don't be shy. Don't be shy.
Oh, don't be shy. Tell it all. Tell it all. This little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. Come on. All right. Just playing.
All right.
All right. So we'll go on, and if you have something, you can anytime you want to, we'll open up the floor for any testimonies. If something might come up, you say, you know what, I forgot about that, Big B.
Yep.
Right,
Hey,
so let's go with it.
You don't always slide me a little note, and I'll make sure that you get it in. I do my best.
All right. So
All right,
now I want to hand the floor over to our friend and colleague, Dr. Eloise.
All right.
Is she in the house?
Yeah, she's in the house. I'm looking right
She's in
at
the
her.
house somewhere.
Yeah.
Hey, Dr. Eloise, where are you?
She's
Right here.
She's right above you on my
right
side.
above me on that side, and I can't see nothing. This screen's got me all backwards today.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. All right, Dr. Eloise, how you doing over there?
I'm doing fine.
And you had something you want to tell us? I said, it's nothing better than talk about, the many things that you do as far as acupuncture, but also Reiki, So tell us a little bit about what's going on with the Reiki. You said you had a message for folks. So tell us what's going on.
Okay. Last week, I thought you were warming everybody up to have a talk about Reiki, so I just wanted to continue.
Okay.
That's all right. Nothing wrong with that now.
That's
and our intuition. Yeah, so I wanted everybody really to try to do something physically, and I'll try to show it to you.
Okay.
First, to start off, so everybody can participate.
I love participating.
Feel like it,
yes,
that's fine. But I wanted to start like this because Reiki is primarily energy medicine. It's healing the body.
Okay.
Energy. And as I said last week, what we don't see is a lot more powerful than what we do see.
Amen.
So if everyone would just rub their hands together as vigorously as you can, just to try to get some heat going. It really helps you to feel the chi.
Yeah.
Try to feel that sensation. And don't feel, bad if you don't feel it at first. It's fine. Okay, so now we're going to take our hands and we're going to place our hands about 1 or 2 inches I kept trying to adjust this. Below your belly button. And your hands are still going to be like this. Okay, so you're just going to open your hands up. And you're going to see what you're feeling. Okay, does everyone have their hands down above their, right below their belly button? That's where it's supposed to be, about an inch or an inch and a half below. That's where all of your chi or your vital force originates from. I know a lot of the brothers, the sisters who have taken martial arts, and they stand, everything they do is primarily based on this energy that's right here, right below your belly button. I'm sorry, y'all can't actually see.
That's all right.
But anyway, now I want you to imagine that your hands are as light as feathers. You know, even if you're big, just imagine that they're very, very light. And I want you to open up your hands very, very gently, like they're feathers. And then close. And then open. And this is a Qigong exercise, really. And with Qigong, just like with Tai Chi, everything is slow and light. So you just continue to do that. And again, I'm trying to show it to you here, but it's really, your hands are really supposed to be right below your belly button. Now I want you to extend your hands out about 3 or 4 inches and continue to do that. And if you're feeling something, you know, just say yes or okay or whatever. Let us know that you're feeling something. If you're not, that's fine.
It's supposed to be like a vibration.
You just feel light sensation.
Okay.
And I'm sure most of you, even though you're probably feeling it, you're not used to sensing this type of energy. But it's right there. We're surrounded by all of this energy, by these vibrations, by this life force. Okay, now you can also take your hands and have your left hand down around it's called the Dantian, one of the most powerful areas in the body. Have it down there, still extended about 3 or 4 inches. And your right hand, have that right above your heart, but also out about 4 inches. And this is what we call a chi ball. And you can just make your hands, switch it around, make the left hand come up, and then the right hand comes up. And just do everything very slowly so you can actually feel the energy. Okay, so maybe some of you were able to feel it. If you were not, it really takes practice because we're not used to dealing with energy in a physical sense. And I wanted to explain that first because, as I said, we're really energy beings. All of the skin, the bones, the muscles, all that stuff, it's just a covering. But if you took the most high-powered microscope, placed it over your hand, and if it could get down to the subatomic level, there's nothing there but energy, vibration. I say it's really spirit, another word for energy or life force. That's what's underneath all of this. So Reiki is a Japanese healing technique using energy. All of the indigenous people have done it. They have different ways of doing it around the world. Indigenous people all over the world, in Japan, it's called Ki. China is called Chi. The Indians call it prana. In Africa, they call it animism. Everything has a spirit, and we have spirit, or energy, life force in our bodies, and it's all around us. So when you learn Reiki, you learn a method of healing using this energy. And it's really quite amazing because using Reiki, you can actually feel blockages in people.
Miss Modine, this is Dr. Burton Shannon. I'm scheduled to do your in-home medical
Clorinda,
evaluation.
Yes,
Clorinda,
hey,
make sure
Clorinda.
you mute yourself, Clorinda.
And I was checking to see if you would
Mute
be
yourself,
available.
Clorinda.
Corinda.
Mute
Hold
yourself,
up, I'll grab
Clorinda.
her. I'll grab her.
Okay, you
I'll
got it.
grab
All
her,
right,
I'll
good.
grab her, I'll grab
All right,
her.
go ahead. Go ahead, Doc.
Okay.
Yep.
You can actually remove blockages before they come inside of your body. Because when you become ill, when you suffer from any type of disease, I'll use cancer as an example. It really has happened in this energy center that we call the spirit first. Then it comes to the mental level, then it comes to the emotional, then it hits you physically. So a lot of us know this because after someone's very depressed, or some people are very angry, they might have a heart attack or they might get cancer. Something was there first before something was on the energetic level before it hit them physically. So with Reiki, it's kind of amazing the way it works. And I'd like to give you a couple of examples. And this is just to give you an idea of what you do when you use Reiki. One of the great things about Reiki is that you can actually heal from a distance, because we learn in Reiki that there's really no such thing as time or space. Again, this is something we're not used to dealing with, but it's a fact. And if you can imagine, like right now, here in the United States, it's 7:48. In another country, in another part of the world, it's an entirely different time. So, those things don't really exist. We really just have the present. So when you learn Reiki, you learn something called distance healing or remote healing. And I'll give you an example. One of my granddaughter was here one time. And I guess she was about 6 years old when this happened. And she was playing in the other room. My daughter and I, we were in the living room. And we heard her scream. And I said, we just jumped and ran in the room. And my granddaughter does not cry often. I mean, she'll fall down the steps and not cry. She just gets right back up. So we were, startled when she fell, and we asked her what was wrong, but she just kept screaming and screaming and screaming and screaming. So anyway, I went into another room and I did a Reiki protocol or treatment on her. And almost immediately she stopped crying. Now she still had, she was still whimpering. But we were able to calm her down using distance Reiki. So that's one of the things you could use with Reiki. But, we've also, myself and other people, I teach other people how to do it. You can use it on your children, you can use it on your friends, your family, but it is a way of healing. Now, the way that you learn how to do it is you become attuned to the energy. And that just means you become very sensitive to that energy. Some of you, I'm sure, are very sensitive to energy anyway. A way you can tell is you get a really good vibe from somebody. You might not even know them that well, but just being around them, you just feel like, wow, I could hang out with you forever. That's a vibe. That's energy. Your energies resonate together. The other thing is just the opposite. You go somewhere, meet somebody or around some people, and immediately you're like, think I'm gonna just go, you say, you'll come in and say, hey, I got something to do, and you leave. The energy is not just there. And this is something, especially as African-American people or people from African descent, we're very sensitive to this anyway. We have a very, very intuitive nature, because we've been saying vibing forever. We've been saying,
and that's the truth.
child, we say, I'm not getting a good vibe from that person.
I'm not getting a good vibe. I feel something on that.
Yeah, it happens immediately. So learning Reiki, you can learn how to practice on yourself. You feel certain blockages around your body, especially during these times when people are stressed out about what's happening in the world. It's amazing how you can just feel the blockages around people and just take your hands and just
Put my arm
on. And you know what, Dr. Eloise, it's sort of we're veggie backing off of last week.
I
We
know
talked
that's right.
about last
Well,
week was telepathy, and this goes back into utilizing this unique force that's all around us. It makes up everything around us. It's part of us. And this is energy that even Tesla, the Tesla, the great inventor, he actually said, why are we doing all of these things with machinery? You can grab energy right out the air.
I
They
know,
said,
man.
we're going to get rid of this dude. This dude got to go. He's talking about free energy. So yes, this is something that I think this is what we
very
have to
powerful.
Yeah, very powerful. Any questions for Dr.
Don't have any
Eloise?
questions about it?
Anybody have any questions? Anybody have any questions about Reiki and the procedure, or what she does, how she lined you up? Doc, I
think that they're thinking it through right now, Dr. Present.
Doc, I think I'm gonna need a Reiki session this week. I really am. This is one of those weeks. Yes.
Is it in the chat? Her information in the chat?
Yes.
Thank you.
Doc, make sure you put your info inside the chat, Doctor.
Yeah, I think it's definitely good to balance out your energy. Some days you feel overwhelmed. Sometimes you don't feel enough energy. This is what she's talking about. You got to balance that energy amongst the chakras and the system. And it's very important that, when you're around, we are senders, receivers, and balancers of this energy. So with that Reiki, you can learn a lot. I learned a lot from the classes that I took with you. I took the first two, and I'm looking forward to the next one, Doc. I really am.
Don't get into a habit, Doc. He be taking up your time all the time.
You need to thank my dog. He's like, hey, come on, Doc.
Yeah, you can do it on animals too. That's when you know it's true.
Let me tell you, Indy,
animals are sensitive to the energy.
This is what I do for my dog, Indy. I do like this. And I grab him right around them ears. He's like, woo.
Yeah.
He's done. He's done. He's done. I was like, calm down, Indy. Put him up like this, put him on them ears, and he's done. He's like, all right, good night. All right.
Yeah, but if anybody has any questions, they can contact me. It's a wonderful practice.
Yes. And Doc, could you just give out your information for those that are calling by phone and they can't actually see online? Can you just give out your information so they can give you a call?
Oh, okay. My name is Eloise Prescott, Prescott. And my phone number is 267-240-5109. Or you could go to my website. It's essence-of-acupuncture.com. Or you could just schedule an appointment if you'd like to see, to come to a class, or if you'd like to get a treatment. And that's essenceofacupuncture.janeapp.com. But it's a wonderful practice. I think moms and dads. I teach men and women how to do it. It's amazing.
Yes,
It's
yes,
great for our kids.
yes. And you are having classes. Yeah, tell everybody about the
Yeah,
classes.
yeah, I'll be having classes
Mhm.
in July and at any time, really. I have people who are calling me now for classes, so I'll probably be starting up with Reiki 1.
Where are you located?
I'm located in Elkins Park,
Okay.
7401 Old York Road, 2 blocks above Cheltenham Avenue. Yeah, and that's where we'll do the classes.
Okay.
Don't drive too fast once you cross Cheltenham Avenue.
That's right. They get crazy, don't they?
Slow down, because you're gonna make a quick right into the building.
That sounds like somebody with experience right there. Right on
Wow.
by.
Kamal's been into that building. I know it's like, let's be
She
nice.
went on through there a couple of times. All right, I
Thank
want
you.
to thank
Give me
you.
a call.
No, Dr. Paul, I think Apostle Richie Halsey wanted to say something.
Okay, is
Dr.
Apostle
Paul,
on the line? Apostle's in?
Yeah, he's here.
Yeah,
Okay.
Dr. Paul, if you go down in Chinatown early in the morning, you will see all the seniors out there doing Tai Chi.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
It takes years to master that, particularly as a martial art. It really does. I've got a friend that's a Tai Chi master. It took him 15 years to master.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. It's an
Like
incredible.
you see all the older Asians down there in Chinatown. You see them early in the morning.
Early in the morning,
Move it
getting out
real
there,
slow.
getting that good sun too. Get
Yeah,
that
buddy.
sun.
That's sun before 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yep. All right, thank you so much.
If I may chime in, it takes a long time to master it, but it takes a short period of time to start feeling the benefits.
All right.
Good point. Very good point.
That's a good point.
Very good point.
Yeah,
Very
as soon
good
as you
point.
start, you immediately start feeling the benefits because your breathing changes, you slow down, and so it doesn't take long for you to start benefiting from.
And you know, that's what most people want to know because they're looking for benefits instantly. You know, we're one of those instant societies, right?
Yeah.
That's a good thing to know.
All right. Thank you
Wait a
so
minute,
much.
before you go, Miss Eloise, can you put your information in the chat box? Because I couldn't get all that.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Cynthia.
Thank
All
you.
right. And if
All
there's
right, no
anyone
problem.
else, that you can give her a call and definitely be a part of it. I'm gonna tell you, every time I get a Reiki session with you, Doc, I always feel a lot lighter. You know, it feels like the weight of the world comes off me, and I just feel lighter. I get off the table, I'm like, hey, I feel like I can fly right now. It really feels light, and that means that you hold these energies just by, you know, being out and about with people in crowds and things like that. You harvest other people's energy, you know, things like people call you up and say, oh, this happened, that happened. You start to feel their energy. Sometimes that's what the empath does. You know, someone who's empathic will have ability to now pull a lot of that energy. So it's good to have somebody like Dr. Eloise. I'm telling you, Big B.
You know, Dr. Paul, it's sad that we don't, I don't say sad, we just don't realize that we are electrical being, folk. Without electricity, we don't live.
That's right. That's right.
So if you can keep that in your head, you know, when you're walking on the ground, you're in contact with electromagnetic forces that come from the center of the earth.
Nobody called you, Indy. Nobody.
So that's what. So you have to keep that in mind, guys. That is what helps us to do and be who we are. So you know that's why we always talk about hugging a tree. I hug my tree all the time. I'm a happy brother.
That's right. That's right. All right. Thank you, Dr. Eloise. We really appreciate you. Everybody come off mute for Dr. Eloise.
Yeah,
Let's
always.
give her
That's
a
what it's
hand
all
over
about.
here. Let's give her
Yes,
a
indeed.
hand.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your service.
Very interesting.
And also, don't forget about the acupuncture also.
Yes.
Acupuncture also. All right, we're gonna get started. Let's see. Let's have we have questions, Big B. You have anyone on that side?
I have a question. But before I go on to what I see on the chat that was sent to me by email, says I'm going to the urologist tomorrow morning. I have severe incontinence, and they want to perform an psychoscopy. There we go. On me and inject Botox through my vaginal area into my bladder, in hopes that it will stop the incontinence. Okay. So It kind of goes on. So I've been asking for directions from God. And so if you can help me, it will be a tremendous help.
You know, I would have a load of questions to ask. You know, when that's happening there, that's really very
It's Minister
invasive.
Terry.
I mean, that's too much. That just this sounds don't sound right.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Botox. Y'all know what Botox was? You know what Botox?
Don't do it.
Snake poison.
You know what Botox was really used for? You remember what it was used for?
It was
Anybody
so
I thought it was to fatten your
give you
lips.
fatten your lips up.
Nah, do you know what it was?
It's a chlorine to
Anybody
fatten your lips
remember what it
and your
They
humps.
put it in your butt too.
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to go.
It was used for quadriplegics. Like we use it at the Children's Hospital for patients that have that they're quadriplegic. It helps to loosen their limbs up so they have better like range of motion. That's how I was introduced to Botox. And all of a
It's a
sudden,
nerve
Wow,
blocker.
it's amazing, man.
It's a nerve blocker. It's a total.
Yes, it was actually used for those originally when it came out. It was used for those who had issues with twitching, like eye twitching, eye twitching up. Yep. And they started injecting and it stopped it because like you said, it relaxed the nerves. And therefore it actually started to, relieve that twitching. You ever see anybody with the eye keeps twitching like that?
Mm-hmm.
But they started these secondary side effects were starting to be beneficial too. Hey, you know what? There's some wrinkles gone. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
The wrinkles aren't going. So it started going on that direction. But I would say that's a little invasive. I would say if there's any incontinence issues, I'm going to tell you what I see. I see a lot of urinary tract infection issues that go unrecognized or undiagnosed. And you got to start to watch that. And that's for all women, all men, everybody. We heat up in our lower pelvic floor because there's so much processed foods. The foods are so processed right now that you're now starting to heat up. Your body resonance is changing. Our body resonance on this planet is heating up. Even the earth is heating up.
Yeah, but
so what's happening is the pelvic floor heats up. Now, when you sit, and you waiting and you're holding your urine, whether consciously or unconsciously holding your urine, guess what? That creates the perfect condition for bacteria to grow. And then when that happens, that's when we start to see the urinary tract infections. Now, some of the first signs that you start to see is that when you go, you kind of go and say, hey, I feel like, did I go and empty out? I feel like I didn't empty out all the way. Like, did I still got to go? Almost like I still got something left. You go, and those are the signs first. That usually means that it's empty, but it feels like it's full because the lining of the bladder is starting to get infected. Got it? So that's usually first signs right there. Women, you have a small urethra, of course, than men. So that means yours is effective faster than men. So I would challenge you, please, please, please. I would say come on in for an assessment. I could tell you, but that is very invasive. I would really, really start to do the data on that. That means look for controlled studies. Make sure the controlled studies are something that people that when they did it, they look like you. And that the people you say, hey, can I see the status on those people that you did this on? And then can I speak to them now? You got to go through all the control studies. You got to hold them accountable for what they're actually trying to get you to do.
Right.
Yeah, so be careful with that. Be very, very careful. Do all your research. But in this case, though, you got to look at UTIs. UTIs are on the high right now. Okay, so hopefully that can help.
All right. No, that was from Minister Terry.
Okay.
All right, Doctor, let's come in the corner and then we can come back over to the chat. So that's Gloria. Gloria, there we go.
Now, I also want to say just before Gloria get on there, if you need to come through, she can come through. I can, if she's in the Philadelphia area and she can set up an appointment, she can come in and I can, do an assessment or I can tell her some things. So I would say definitely I encourage her to come on in and get an assessment.
I'll email her back, Dr. P, let her know.
Yep. All right.
You got it.
All right. Go ahead, buddy.
Go ahead, Gloria.
Hey, good evening and grand rising to everyone. Dr. Paul, I know you speak highly of the coral calcium. And could you speak again why you like the coral calcium as opposed to any other form of calcium?
Coral because it's considered what they say bioavailable. See, not like the other types of calcium, which can be too much for the system. See, when they test you for calcium, you can get too much. There's about 8 different types of calcium. Y'all want the eight different types of calcium? Let me give you the 8 types of calcium since you asked.
Why not?
Why not? I'm there. You're there. You might as well talk about them. All right. Well, there's 2 types of calcium. There's cationic and there's anionic. Got it? So cationic means it's a male principle. Remember, wherever there's 2, one is male, one is female. Got it? So cationic is the bad ones. That's the ones that's like the phosphate, is phosphate calciums, they call them. Got it? Phosphate calciums. That means they spin. In what direction is cation? What's male principle? Which way does that spin? Anybody know? Remember? Anybody remember? Fast to the where? Left or the right?
Left.
You sure?
Fast to the right.
Yes. Right.
Fast to the right. I got fast to the right and I got fast to the left. Now one of them ain't right.
What?
Fast to the left.
Fast to the left. Cationic is fast to the left. That is correct.
All right.
And the other one that's bad is called sulfate calciums. Got it? Sulfate calciums. Now, these are the ones that are bad. Now, the anionic, those are the ones of the female principle. Those are the good ones. So the things like the carbonate calciums, that would be like things like Tums, all those things that they give you. You've seen those, right? Y'all seen those. And that's also where you would find the carbonate are also the coral calciums. That's found around the coral reefs of places like Okinawa. That's where we get that one from. That's Okinawa. So Okinawa was always used because it's a lower peninsula. People had, at the time, back in the day, they had this thing called the Great Exodus. And the Great Exodus was when all the doctors literally left the island. They said, we out of here, Big B.
Because can't make no money.
Can't make no money because everybody in here is too healthy.
Yeah.
Why? Because everything they did had that coral calcium around. It was in the food. It was in the soil. It was around the reef. So it was in the water. All the places that they had it, they put it to everything and everything maximized. Gave it to the cows made more milk. Gave it to the chickens laid more eggs. Everything they gave it to, it added energy. And then when they saw out in the field, this blew them away. They saw everybody in the family, great-great-grandmom and grandpop, grandmom and grandpop, mom and dad, kid, everybody was out in the field working. And they were living, they had some of the longest lifespans in the world. They still have it right now. Matter of fact, that's part of the blue zones, right there.
That's what I get ready to say, right.
That's one of the blue zones. So that's one of the blue zones. And a lot of the blue zone has a lot to do with the fact that they have coral calcium. So that's why I really am hyped on that version. So now, that's the carbonate calcium. That's the good one. Then you have carbonate magnesium. Okay, come on, somebody go on mute. Come on, put yourself on mute. Somebody,
Denise,
come on. We're breaking this down. We gotta get some people trying to get this now. Come on, be careful.
Sorry, y'all.
Sorry.
Come on. All right. The second one or the third one is carbonate magnesium. Okay, you may have known that as the famous one called dolomite. You remember dolomite?
I remember that.
You remember dolomite? Everybody know dolomite. Well, dolomite is actually a carbonate magnesium. That's actually called a carbonate magnesium. Got it? So that's a good one. That's a what? A male or female? I said that's the what? The anionic. Got it? That's the anionic. And then you got these what's called oxides of calcium. Okay, oxides of calcium are like those are like calcium citrate. Y'all ever had those? The calcium citrate. You may have the ones that that you buy out the store and you try to move the bowels, and that one right there. It's good for bone generation. Yep, that's what that is. So if you ever see anything in the ingredients where it says calcium citrate, that's an oxide calcium. That's a good calcium. Got it? So next one would be hydroxides of calcium. Hydroxides, I believe. Yes, hydroxides of calcium. Okay. And those are actually used also, again, these are what we call stimulators, or they drive the system. So they drive the development of the body to now start to build bone density. Then you got tricalciums. Now, the tricalciums is interesting because everybody had the tricalcium. You know what that one is? The tricalcium is simply baking soda.
Oh, okay.
That's what
cool.
those are. Those are called tricalciums. And then the last one is hydrate of calcium. So hydrate of calcium comes from something as simple as like lime water. Like if you get it from lemons or limes, that's a different type of calcium. That's usually where it comes from. So there you go. Those are the ones, but I'm going to tell you, the one that I really like is that carbonate calcium, which comes out of the ocean. That's one of the best things you can get because it's bioavailable. Now, only one disclaimer though. Gloria, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
She's still there.
You said that the coral calcium or
the coral calcium, the coral calcium.
Yes.
Why I love it so much is because when you add it to like the green drinks, because the green drinks is hydrogen based, and then you got the magnesium already naturally in greens, and then you add that to the coral calcium with that, that is like a super, that's like a boom of energy. That's a maximization of energy. If you want to keep that energy all throughout the day and get the maximum amount of absorption into your body, that's the combination right there. That's the combination. So when you start to say, we say not to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent any disease, just food for the soul, that type of calcium is also for bone density, but you may have to tell your doctor if they start to run your calcium scores are going to be like super high. Make sure, as I said, a disclaimer, make sure you tell them I am taking bioavailable calcium. Got it? See, they only test one type of calcium. And usually the calcium they test is just that one. So you tell them I'm taking a bioavailable one. So that means you just pee it right out. Got it? That's the difference. So just remember, so how many types of calcium are there, y'all? There's what? How many? 8 versions of calcium. And what's the good ones and the bad ones? We got the ones that are what? We got a cationic.
Cationic and
anionic.
Anionic.
Right. So cationic is what? Male principle. Remember? Male tears down, destruction, right? Then you'll see a lot of cationic calciums with a lot of things like chemicals and things like that. So it's added to a lot of, you'll see stuff like that in drugs. What's going to tell y'all? This is what it is. This is what it is. And then you got the phosphate, and then you got the what? The sulfates. Those are the ones. The 2 phosphate, sulfate, calcium. Those are the bad ones. Those are cationic. They tear down. Now the other ones were the anionic. You remember the anionics? What were they? Carbonate, right?
Carbon.
And the
carbonate, right? And then you got the other one was carbonate magnesium. Remember? Carbonate magnesium. That was what? Just remember dolomite. That's all. Y'all ain't gonna forget that one. Just think of dolomite. And then the other one was what? Oxides of calcium.
Calcium hydroxides.
Yep, that's like the calcium citrates, right? Right. And what else? The last 2. Hydroxides of calcium. And then you got the tricalcium, which works really well because that cleans a lot of foods and stuff. That's what the baking soda is. That's why baking soda wins every time. Not some of the time, it wins every time when it comes to washing fruits and vegetables because it is a high alkaline. It's a very high alkaline. And then what's the last one?
Hydrate of calcium.
Hydrate of calcium. And where's that come from mostly?
Lime water.
Things like lime
lemons
water.
or limes.
Yep, there you go. You got them. That was a good question there, Gloria.
Gloria, great.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever did a breakdown on calcium before. We're going to do a breakdown on calcium.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Might have been a long time ago.
Yeah, some time ago.
Yeah. But those are the ones.
Sorry,
Yep.
Dr. Paul?
Yes.
Yeah, Marcia.
Can you just tell us what's the bad one? I was trying to keep up with you, but which is there something we should avoid?
Phosphate calciums or sulfate calciums. You're going to see it in products. You'll see it anywhere in products. You just understand where they are and recognize them where they appear.
Okay, thank you.
Marcia,
Phosphate
to
and
make sure you
calcium.
get it, just send an email to me at mechavideo@gmail.com so you can get access to all the video and you can play it back. You got it?
Oh, okay,
Good
great,
stuff.
thank you.
Good stuff.
You
Good
got it. Not a
stuff.
problem. Not a problem.
Go ahead,
Oh,
Gloria. You
okay.
done started something up. That's a
That's
good one
right.
because you know what?
Well,
Let me tell you
mhm.
why this is really important, and you're very timely. You're very, very timely. Because what's happening with people's bodies being so acidic, you know, they're finding all this plastic in people. I mean, they're finding these PFAS that's really, it lowers your vibration. It lowers your frequency. When it gets in your bloodstream, it's pulling, these things are literally pulling all your energy out. That's the number one thing I get. Everybody said, I'm so tired, I don't know what to do. I don't have no energy. And guess what? It has a lot to do with these plastics. These plastics and polymers and all this stuff is pulling our energy down. So you got to have something that really regenerates the system and flushes this crap out of us. Got it?
Yes.
That's where these good calciums are doing. Yeah. All right.
Dr. Paul,
Well,
let me interrupt you
yeah.
1 second. Prophet is trying to get in so you can check your list to make sure she gets in.
I don't see anything. She's not. I don't
She
see
said,
her.
okay,
Okay,
well,
here she is. Maybe
there-
that's her right there.
okay.
Maybe that's her. Let me see. Where is she? Where is she? Is she in?
uh,
I think she should be in. She should
Okay.
be in now.
all right.
Yeah, she's in. I see her.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Thank you.
Dr. Paul,
Yes.
Dr. Paul, what about, this is Calvin. I got calcium with purified water. I know you're always talking about water. So this is, I got coral complex ecosafe with purified water, boron, chromium.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't even
I see
sound
what
right.
I see what they're trying to do. They would do better. See what? Let me tell you what they're trying to do. They're trying to just show people that it's clean. That's what they're doing. Because so the better thing that they would do is to grab a spring water bottle at the source because it already has minerals and it has those bottle at the source, and therefore it would have the ability to hold the charge even more. But they want to sort of, this kind of goes into like, you'll see a lot of products say purified water. They just want to try to prove that it's clean water and that they're not using spigot water. But purified could really mean spigot water. That's really what it means. That's good. That's exactly what it probably is. Because the $1 million question is, if you had to purify, what was it before you had it?
Absolutely.
Bad water. It was bad water. So that's why it's not saying that it's bad. Now this is, what form do you have this in?
Capsule.
In capsule form. So I would say if you start to now, you can take still the calcium from that, and if you're adding and utilizing it in spring water, that can help. That can help.
Yeah, I'm doing that. I'm doing that.
Yeah,
I'm doing that in water. You know.
Yeah, so that could help it. See, if it was in a liquid form, that would be bad. But if they use that in the process, I can understand what they were trying to do. But I would still just say try to get it without that if you can. Okay.
Okay.
There's other versions out there. There was one that was really good. It was called Tropical of Oasis. It was out a while ago. It must have been about 20 years ago. And man, let me tell you, Big B, I had this coral calcium, and it was straight coral calcium. This company was one of the only ones that could get this stuff straight from Okinawa. And I would drink this stuff, man, and man, it felt like I could punch a wall, man. I mean, it was like amazing.
Oh man.
And I remember I was at a chiropractor, and they actually did a strength test on me, and they said, man, they at the end of my sessions, they did the strength test. He said, man, you just mashed this thing harder than anybody in this whole gym, because it was like a gym where they were on. He says, what are you doing? I said, I'm just doing this coral calcium. I remember that strength comes with that. So, family, get that coral calcium. That can do a lot of things for the body. All right.
Okay.
Add it with the green drink. Yep.
All right. Well, I had two more questions.
Okay. Go ahead.
Two more things. Since you were talking about the baking soda, you know, we pretty much used to wash the vegetables with. And so let's say you pretty much are trying to get organic. What if you had non-organic and you wash the vegetables with the baking soda? Would that help, or would it? You just shouldn't do
Well,
non-organic.
in most cases, when you say non-organic, that means conventional, right? So
Conventional, yes.
conventional just means that they've done something to it, and it may be different variations of what they do. They may have, mixed the seed. They may have altered the seed, the soil, sometime both, or sprayed it. See, it's a lot of things that they could have done with that. Sometimes they'll modify it from the seed, so that's a GMO, and then sometimes they'll just spray it. So it really, even if you wash it with the baking soda, it still has probably lost its true energy.
I see.
They just don't have it. They just don't have
All
it.
right.
Yeah.
All right.
Good question.
And yeah.
Mhm.
And my third and last question. I've heard you talk about, let's say you're taking you've given us information on different herbs for different situations, and you
Mhm.
say you don't have to take all of them, just choose one or something. You know how
Right.
you say that?
Right.
Well, I want to ask you, like PQQ.
Mhm.
PQQ, and they say this is like, like on there it says brain, I guess, or cerebral. Does
Mhm.
PQQ and
Okay, Chen.
ginkgo, are they
Ginkgo.
similar? Ginkgo?
I think somebody asked that before. Remember,
Okay.
ginkgo is a blood thinner. Okay, so
Okay.
you got to watch ginkgo because it thins the blood. It allows for circulation. It also stimulates your pineal gland because it's a melanin generator. So with that in the case, um, ginkgo sort of has its own category. Now
Yeah.
PQQ works something different. That's a
Okay.
quinine. That's one of the quinines. So
Yeah.
what that does, that declots the system. That sort of deals with clotting issues. So it also has a mitochondria, what they call mitochondria genesis, which means it sort of regenerates dead cells. And that's when they were saying people who had, post effects from strokes, they
Hmm.
started taking that and they started seeing results with people with that. So it's also a
Okay.
precautionary. They're sort of
Hmm.
doing different things. One's declotting, one is thinning the blood.
Cafe cards, a few back.
You got it?
Okay.
All right.
Yes. All right. Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
Thank you. Good
All right,
stuff. Good
Gloria.
stuff.
All right.
Good
All
stuff,
right.
Gloria.
Lady, make sure that you
All
mute
right.
yourself,
Make sure
Lydia.
you mute yourself. Make sure you mute yourself, family. Make sure you mute yourself. All right. Make sure you mute yourself. All
All
right.
right. Up next is Yvette.
Thank you.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Gloria.
Thank you.
Yvette?
Good evening, gentlemen.
Yes,
Dr.
yes,
Paul,
yes.
Hey,
Dave.
Hello.
Yvette. How you doing?
I'm doing okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm planning a trip to Spain.
Okay, somebody mute yourself. Somebody mute
It just
yourself.
says
Mute your
iPhone.
iPhone. Mute yourself. Mute yourself. I got him. I got him.
Okay, you got it.
All
Good.
right, go ahead.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
planning a trip to Spain and I look to see the kinds of foods they eat in Spain.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to know, like there's a lot of pork and meat and I just wanted to make sure that before I go and during the trip, I want to stay healthy.
Mm-hmm.
So what would you recommend that I do to before I go on a trip? What should I do with my body as far as cleansing or
Mm-hmm.
what have
Sure.
you? And I will be with the host family
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not sure I want to eat with them because they may not have the foods that my system could tolerate.
Yeah, you're gonna have to worry about that just in general because you're looking at a different space, or I mean, as far as on the equator, you're at a different space. So a lot of the foods that you're gonna get for Spain are gonna be a lot more nutritious for you because they have very rigorous laws when it comes to GMOs, and also they're gonna be closer to the equator. So they're gonna be, it's probably gonna be something to get adjusted. So what we do for international travel, we just say cleanse. We try to get you weeks, at least 2 to 3 months before you travel. We start a cleanse. Got it? That's what we try to do. So that means we start with the colon cleanse, parasite cleanse, and then you do it as you're there also. So you do before, during, and when you return. That's just it. Because it's not going to be just from Spain you got to deal with. You're going to have to deal with travel, just being on a plane. I'm going to tell y'all what's the worst thing is, though, with that plane and people getting sick has a lot to do with that
Lord.
ice. Has a lot to do with
man.
that ice.
And
That ice
true.
is bacteria in it. Yep. A lot of that ice has bacteria in it. So a lot of digestive issues that people are having with travel, it has to do with them just, the air quality, all those things. So that's what we would do. Colon cleanse and parasite cleanse. We try to do it before you leave. When are you leaving?
Yvette,
Is
when are
she
you
still there?
leaving?
Yvette, you still there? Maybe she stepped away.
We know this year.
I don't have 2 to 3 months, so it'll be soon, but.
No, you just start when you can. So
Okay.
the whole purpose is that you start. We say we try to get you 3 months, but if you don't, you just do it when you find out. Just try to get through. Now, when you're doing with, you are going to Spain, so Mediterranean diet is something that's probably more prevalent. The Mediterranean diet. So you just, that's nuts, it's fish, little fish. Of course, some of them eat a little meat also, but it's mostly nuts, beans, nightshades, things like that. You got the fruits, vegetables, nuts, berries, seeds, and they may have a little meat. So you could just go with the vegetarian Mediterranean diet.
I noticed that they have a lot of seafood out there, and I don't eat seafood. I'll just eat fish, but I don't eat the other stuff.
Right.
Paella, stuff like that. So I'm just thinking that, I'm not sure what the host families are going to have to eat. So I think it might be.
But if you just take something before each meal, that's what we take the parasite formulas for.
Oh, before each meal?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Is it 30 minutes before a meal?
It's not necessarily 30, but if you can just take it when you're taking it as a regimen, as you normally would take it. If you're taking a green drink, I would take absolutely a green drink with you.
Yes.
And then with the green drink, every time you do a green drink, you take a parasite cleanse. Yep, that will help to keep the system balanced. So anything like bacteria, viruses, parasites, things like that, your system's not used to. You're at least giving yourself a chance. So, get a heads up. Call them up, ask them what's going on with the food, what they're serving, there's nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
Thank you.
The food is much, much different over there, Dr. Paul. Because my sister and I just came back from Spain and France. So it is, I told you I was looking on the package to see bioengineer, but I didn't see it on the cereal.
Yeah,
and it was Kellogg's, and I said, I don't see that on here.
Y'all remember that?
They know the difference.
You remember
She
General
couldn't see it
Mills?
on the cereal because it was written in Spanish.
You for real? Are you serious? Was it on there for real? Did you see
No,
it?
she couldn't tell if it was on there because she actually asked a couple to look at the cereal and she's reading the cereal. And I said, that's not in English, that's either Spanish or French.
It was Spanish. It was Spanish. I speak a little, not much.
Well, I can say this. They do have very strict laws when it comes to, letting you know. So if they're going to let you know, not like the United States where there's no mandatory labeling, where, they just say you're on your own. There, in places in Europe, you get the chance that they'll say, hey, well, this one is this one is that one. Give me a choice. Give me an option. So that at least I know. So
Dr. Paul, can I just ask one more question? The Spanish, their eating cycle is different from ours. 9:30 is breakfast, 3 o'clock is lunch, and 9 o'clock is dinner. And they're 6 hours ahead of us. So
now what you want to do, let me have you heads up on that. I'm glad you asked that. That's a great question. Now, how long are you gonna be there? How long you gonna be there?
A few weeks.
Okay, you're not going to be there long enough for your circadian rhythm to change. Okay, so you got to eat over there like you're living here. That's really what you got to do. That's exactly what you got to do. So you got to get your watch. You got to do the calculations. See, it's only after you've been in a climate for over like months that your rhythm starts to get back into balance for where you are. But you're not going to be there long enough. You're only going to be there for a short time. So like when you travel international, you need to do the time change. Find out what time it would be in Philadelphia. Where you in? Philly or New Jersey? Where you at?
6 hours. They're
It'll be
6
3
hours
o'clock.
ahead.
It'll be 3
Yeah.
o'clock. 3
Right.
o'clock.
So
We-
you gotta sort of get everything is based on your circadian rhythm is based off of here. Got it?
Okay.
So when you get over there, you're gonna be getting sleepy. Everybody just getting started, you know.
Ain't
You're
that
gonna
the
be
truth?
like, you gonna be you gonna be you're gonna be waving and going, you're like, what's wrong with me? And then but you gotta understand that you're on a different circadian clock than they are. Got
Yeah.
it? Now if you're there long enough, I think when we did the study, there was a study we did. The research time frame was something like you had to be there like 6 to 8 months before you actually were accustomed to the culture and the time zone before you weren't having the side effect. Some people it took them more than a year, you know, before they got used to it. So it all depends on how you adjust what you're eating. But yeah, you got to act like you from Philly when you over there.
Absolutely.
Did y'all experience that? Nisa, did y'all
No,
experience
I
it?
didn't experience it at all. None
Okay.
whatsoever.
Okay.
You know,
Well,
I
it's
had
probably
to just,
because we flew over at night.
yeah.
What would have been night for us. So when we got there, it was morning for them.
Mm-hmm. So you probably got it at you got a nice curve there. You caught it
Yeah.
early.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and then how long were you there?
9 days.
9 days? Yeah, that's a nice little time. Yeah, that's a nice little time. So no jet lag or nothing?
None, not
Okay,
me.
good.
And the funniest thing, flying back, we flew back at 9 o'clock. Yeah, I think our flight left about 9 o'clock in Spain coming back. And we got back here in Philly, we got back early and it was 12 o'clock midday. So we never saw any nighttime.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You never saw no nighttime. Wow.
Coming back, no.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Well, sounds good. Sounds good. All right, man. You
I
got
tell
it.
you one thing. I don't think I want to eat, and you know, I do like pizza. I don't eat it often. But the pizza in Italy is nothing like the pizza here. I don't think I want to eat it.
The truth.
Amen.
It was delicious.
A real pizza, right?
Yep.
Yes.
This stuff ain't pizza over here.
So that's why you don't have to travel. You can just stay here and eat the pizza here. And
No.
Laverne.
Not after having had real Italian pizza in Naples, Italy.
No.
And change the body.
No, Laverne, you got it
No,
backwards.
no.
It's a different thing over there, Laverne.
I turn my TV on and see Spain. They show a lot of different places, and I don't have to get on their plane. No,
Girl, you better stop.
Well, that's okay. I'm getting on the plane. I'm gonna travel.
All right. Okay.
All right,
Well,
that
thank you
is
so
that.
much. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. All right.
Okay.
Let's see.
All right, guys,
What do we have next?
we're at 8:30. We got we got 5 more to go. So let's
All right.
go with
Let me just do this
go ahead,
one
Dr.
thing
Craig.
real quick.
Sure.
I do have a little piece also. I did want to talk a little bit, and I have a chart that I want to share with the family.
Okay, great.
Because you know what I'm saying? A lot of also, you know, I try to just share what I see during the week.
Sure.
And what people are really starting to see a difference in. And you know, remember I said when you get acidic, bones, going at the bones. So I'm glad we talked about the calcium. But also it goes after the hair. You know, inconsistencies on the outside represent inconsistencies on the inside. So I want to show you one of my charts here. Got a chart for y'all. Got a chart. Big B, you ready for a chart?
Yes, sir. Ready for the chart.
All right, and I'm gonna shoot this over to you so you can add it to the notes. And
Great.
while
because you know it's gonna get on you, buddy.
Yep, you go. Yep, you know, I know it. Yep. All right, so let me give this here. I'm gonna give the shot here. Share this, and we're gonna show this chart here. And this is actually hair chart. Can you see it?
Yep.
Can you see it, y'all?
Yes, sir. I can. I can see it over here.
So here is interesting. See this area right here? We can see the different areas that we use to remember the areas of your scalp. So you can see right here from the top of the scalp here, okay? We can see that there's certain regions, and when you see inconsistencies on the outside, that represent inconsistencies on the inside. Got it? So look what this actually represents. So we kind of remember this as a way of saying black. See, BLACK. So you
I
can't
got you.
forget this, right? Y'all can't forget this.
No, you can't.
Right. So B would be the front. So if there was any missing areas in the front of the head, we call that the excretory system, kidneys, bladder, and the sex organs. That's what that is right here. That means there just may be a little inconsistencies or something going on in that area of the body. Usually that excretory system, that's the lower chakra. That's the, usually the area where we say the root or the navel area right there, into the kidneys, the bladder, sex organs. Got it?
Right.
L represents the sides, the sideburns, the sides of the hair. Whenever you see inconsistencies there, that means start to look for the lungs, large intestines, respiratory system. Got it? Now, I can also go around to tell you, if you're watching me online, that the lines on the side of the face, you ever see the one with dark lines on the side right here? That's lungs also. Got it? Got it? Okay. But you can see where it's on the left side and the right side, just around the area of the ears, up to maybe about a quarter of the area right up in here going towards the center. See right here? That represents lungs, large intestines, and respiratory system. That means breathing. A represents right in the top of the head. You ever see the top of the head? Right there at the top of the head. That actually deals with blood, circulation system, small intestines, and the heart. That's right there. So I remember this by saying it's at the heart of the matter, right at the top. Got it? The very crown. Yeah. Sometimes you'll see the squirrel. You'll see the swirl going on. They say that's called the DNA swirl. That's where it spun out as you were created and born. That's the last part of the DNA that's spin when you see that little squirrel right in the back of your head. You ever see that with children?
Yeah.
Right there. All right. And then the C. And of course, the C represents the lower corners of the back of the head. That actually represents the digestive system, stomach, pancreas, and spleen. Isn't that interesting? And then the very back of the head, that's when the very back of the head, sometimes you'll see people that have spots in the area of the back of the hair. And the back of that area, that's K. We say that's the liver. That's the liver, the gallbladder. Got to see the K active right there. Back of the head line. That's where the liver and gallbladder. So this is a side view right here. And you can actually see, remember, inconsistencies on the outside represent inconsistencies on the inside. And definitely we're going to do another piece coming up real soon on hair. I'm going to talk about hair and things like alopecia, traction alopecia, and the different forms of alopecia, and the 12 different variations and how this may be affecting you. Okay, so we're going to break that down. All right, I figured I'd just share that with the family. Y'all got that? Y'all get that? Y'all get that? All right.
If we don't get it now,
how you remember? How you gonna remember? How you remember? We gonna say what? You gonna call it what? Black.
All I see is a black box. I don't see it.
Yeah. Okay.
Black. You be black. All right. Go ahead. All right.
Very good.
Okay. Let's see. What do we have, Big B?
All right. Carol G. No, what was something? Did we finish with Summer? Okay, Carol G.
I think we are.
Yep. All right. Go ahead, Carol.
Carol G. What's up, Carol G?
All right.
What's going on? Where you been, Carol G?
I've been around. Listen, I'm having a problem. I hope somebody can help me with the neighbors next door blocking my Wi-Fi. I was hoping that I could, that they wouldn't do it tonight. And I was so angry this afternoon that my Cheyenne chin went out the window. I could have, anyway, it's called a Wi-Fi blocker. I called Ring, it's not there on their part. I called Verizon, a tech got with me. They said that it's a Wi-Fi blocker. They use it in hospitals sometimes to block cell phones. They use it. Is there any kind of stone that I could get to block that signal from coming over here?
That's interesting. I never thought about it.
Or does anybody know how to make me up a little box?
You're getting real technical on that one.
Yeah, sure.
See, you gotta know. Yeah, and is this right next to you? Your neighbors?
Yeah,
is
right
it across
next
the
door.
street?
Problematic neighbors. My telephone number is 267-588-1818. If anybody can help me with this situation, because I don't want it to get blown out of proportion because I was so angry today that anyway.
No, you know what? No, let's stop right there. See, whenever you have something like that, you might want to report that one.
Yeah.
See, you're not supposed to be able to block, frequencies in certain regions of homes and things like that. There are private blockers, like certain places you're allowed to do that, like airports, because of course the planes, and you can block it in certain areas where there's like for example, if you're flying a drone, right?
Yes.
They'll tell you where you can't fly the drone because we have a drone. So when we doing our some video shots and stuff, we can't send our drone. We have to get literally a license. So when y'all saw, shots of like the last video I did and the stuff that we did with my son, we had to get a license from the actual country to actually fly that. So I don't know what's going on I know that's what happens in other countries, and I know there's certain places you can't do it there. But when you block someone's frequency, you may want to report that is becoming a disturbance amongst your neighbors.
The FCC will not account for that either.
Yeah, I would say contact the FCC, right, Big V?
Yeah.
When you see that.
I would.
Maybe you can you find the FCC number for her? Maybe she can contact them on that. That's what you want to do. See, they're not supposed to be able to have a blocking radius, but so far when you're in public areas. See, so you gotta to even block anything in those regions, you gotta have special privilege license, or if they gotta be some kind of agency or a government agency or something. There's got to be a reason why they're doing that. Usually that's for like task force, like things like task force or people who are dealing with like intelligence. You know how they do with parades? They'll do that with parades. You ever see those trucks out at parades? Well, they bring out these trucks and these trucks send these signals way up. Well, that's just to block certain transmissions so that everything comes through one line so they can tell who's in there. They can tell who's at the, they can filter out and tell who's at the parade or those places. So I would check with the FCC on that one.
Okay.
Yeah, that's very dangerous because she had an emergency or something like that, and then she can't make a phone call or
exactly.
They blocking my Ring cameras because I had said something to them about something they was doing out back. So next thing I know, my Ring cameras went offline and they blocking the internet. It's out here now. It's called Wi-Fi jamming, just to let y'all know that it's out here. And if you high tech or computer savvy, like the son is next door, that's what they're coming up with.
I would just report it to the FCC.
What does the FCC stand for?
Federal Communications Commission.
Yeah.
Federal Communication?
Yes.
Yeah,
Federal Communications Commission.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and see if you can get a number for that. Big B, you got a number for that? Can you
hold on one second.
Pull up one. Yeah, but I'm
putting it in the chat now. All you do is go to fcc.gov.
Gov, yes.
And I'm putting it in the chat for you now.
Thank you.
Yeah,
and be sure to tell them that you're a senior and that's endangering your life.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's making me angry, and I don't want to. I don't really want no trouble because I was so angry today that it took all my energy, and I had to go to sleep. I got down.
I'm glad you went to sleep.
I'm gonna give you somewhere else that you can call also.
I don't like that, Carol. You're a nice person. You deserve better.
Yeah. There are regulatory agencies for seniors that deal with all of these different things.
Sir.
They're international. It's an international regulatory agency. It's called FINRA. Anybody ever heard of them? FINRA?
No.
FINRA. All right. Financial Industrial Regulatory Authority, I believe it is. They primarily deal with anything that affects that could be scams or anything that's happening internationally. This is what we deal with at the UN. So whenever someone has been done wrong and they're a senior, you don't want these boys to get on you. They send out the special dogs for you on this one. Because the dogs on this one are that you done wrong and you did a senior wrong. You stole their money or the banking system or something like that. You may want to sign up for that. That's everybody that's 65 and older. I would definitely sign up or make yourself aware of FINRA, FINRA. we used to have to deal with FINRA when we did international, projects and things like that. And FINRA, we had to run things past them to make sure we weren't breaching any rules or regulations for, financial industry or anything when it came to seniors. So
Right.
that means if you got something and you got done wrong, or somebody took your money, or you found something with the banking, there's an international authority that will help you also. Okay, so write that down. FINRA.
Thank you, guys. Thank
Okay, you got
Good
it. All
stuff.
right,
Good
Carol.
stuff. Good stuff.
Uncle Paul, is she in Philly?
Yes, she's in Philly.
I served for 5 years on the Philadelphia Corporation of Aging's Clergy Coalition Board. She can also contact PCA.
Yeah, PCA is
okay.
good. Yeah, PCA is good. Yeah.
Yeah, because I served on that board for 5 years. And everything that pertains to seniors, they are major, especially in Philly.
Yeah.
And
here's his number. I got a number for you. I got a number and address for you for FINRA. Their headquarters is in Washington, D.C., but remember, this is an international organization. So it's 301-590-6500. They're located at 1700 K Street, Northwest, Washington, D.C., 2006. 2020 is 20006. Got it. And they deal with they'll even have securities where they will deal with investor complaints, stocks, international trade. They deal with everything. So that's sort of like a blanket of protection for you if you're out there doing stuff like that. It's just very helpful. A lot of great resource information if you go to the website. The website is FINRA, FINRA.org. So that means it is an organization. Okay, it's organization.
What does FINRA stand for again?
That's
FINRA
FINRA is the
What it stands
financial
for.
industry regulatory authority. That's what they do.
Wow, this group is powerful. Don't mess with us. I'm gonna call them and see if somebody stole my age. Stole 20 years from me.
Hey, yeah, you can get, if you had some issues with like stocks and bonds and stuff like that. Oh yeah, and let me tell you, now they're gonna send, you don't want FINRA coming after you.
Yeah.
We even got a saying that they got a special kind of dogs they send at you.
I know that's right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's the truth.
Man, you doing, because you know you was wrong. And then you did them wrong bad.
Anyway.
Ooh. Yeah, they got a
Serious
special kind of dogs over there. So, check that out. Okay, family?
Okay.
All right.
All right, Dr. P, we got the Oscar, then Anita. Oscar, you there?
Yes.
Go ahead, buddy.
Doc, I've seen where. Good evening, everyone. First.
Good evening, Oscar. How you doing, buddy?
Doing good. I was looking at some of the Caribbean cooking, and they use lime on their chicken, supposedly to disinfecting it. Is lime better than the baking soda that we're using right now?
Now you just said something there, Oscar. Did you hear me talking about the calcium earlier?
Yes,
I remember talking about calcium. Right. That's why I raised the concern.
So you just answered the question. That falls under that hydrate of calcium. You remember hydrate of calcium? That's from the lime water. Yeah, absolutely. So that's something that's going to be used. And now isn't it interesting that they just did it by culture, but it's actually used to alkalize, so it kills bacteria and things on, foods. It's like a disinfectant. That's why people would also take the sodium bicarbonate, which is the baking soda. Same thing. Wow, that's awesome. See Big B.
See how Dad put the
See how
class
Daddy
together,
doing.
man.
See how Daddy doing. Just put that lime on there, boy.
Yeah, buddy.
Just put that lime on there and keep it moving.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
all right,
use the
Anita.
lime when I'm soaking the sea moss. I use the lime.
Yeah.
And it's also a reason why people use lime water. Lemon is strong, of course, but lime is even higher alkaline.
Higher.
So that's what it's used for, cleaning the liver. That cleans the liver very good. Yeah. There's a matter of fact, there's a liver cleanse that actually deals with, I think Beyonce and them were doing at one time. They were using like a lime or lemon or lime as in water. So it's a lot of good things that it does. Yeah.
All right, Anita, and then Tracy. Anita, you there?
Is Prophetess in here? Did Prophetess
Yeah,
come in here?
Prophetess is still here.
She's still there?
Yeah,
Prophetess, where you at, Prophetess?
her fingers is working. She said, "Don't
Her
bother
fingers
her."
is working over there.
Yes.
Prophetess,
Give a
don't be
shout out
messing with
to
her.
everybody. Give a shout out to Prophetess.
made it
I
in,
know
boy.
you
That's
came
what's
in the
up.
room. I didn't know you were here.
Yeah.
Prophetess.
Yes,
Hey,
Prophetess.
where you at, Prophetess? Oh,
Hey,
you hiding? I
and look,
didn't
I knew
see.
she was there because guess what? Because the chat was flying.
I know.
Because I knew she was there.
Look like credits going
Thank you
for
for
a
the
movie.
info in chat, Providence.
Yeah, buddy, she's getting that stuff in, so I knew she was here.
Like she moving like computer code, like
Yeah, man, I
Matrix
know
code.
that.
We moving so fast. We like, girl, I
All right, Anita, go ahead, dear.
Yeah. Are there any herbs that can be taken for a person with high blood pressure and diabetes who have impulsive compulsion behavior
Yeah.
and have brain damage?
Well, they would have to be assessed. That's a lot going on there.
Yeah.
You know, you would have to be assessed before, of course, see what they're eating. You got to go over their medications they're taking. That's a lot to unpack there. I wouldn't try to even unpack that. That would be an assessment, and then you move forward. One of the things that I would sort of sit back on and tell them that, to be encouraged that things can correct themselves, but you got to get back in order by way you eat and what you are drinking. Got it? Starts there. Starts there. The best thing that you can encourage them to do is to get their water right. Got it? I always tell you got to get that water right. And then from there, you got to make sure your nutritional level is right. Got it? Your nutritional level. Stay away from the stuff. It's more like staying away from the bad stuff than anything, y'all. I mean, if I'm talking about more things when I sit down with people and I give them a regimen to go by and I recommend and say, this is what it is, I'm telling them more information of what to stay away from because the body corrects itself. It corrects itself 11 times faster. So I would say an assessment. I would not dare unpack that. They would have to do it, but I would say, yes, be encouraged. Have them come in as soon as possible. Are they in Philadelphia?
No.
Okay, well, have them at least go have we have a conference phone call that we can talk. And then I can help them with that process. At least start to get well, to start to eat right. So you got a shot. We say you breathing, you got a shot.
That's right.
Got it? So that means that you have to start to give the body at least a chance for having a fair chance by giving it what it needs. So that, if there's a turnaround, give me a chance to turn it around. In most cases, we don't give the body a chance. It's always giving us the bad stuff, or we get these drugs or pop things that are just tearing us down. pH is declining. We just can't bring it back. So I would say, please have them call me. Okay. You have the number, right?
Yes.
Okay, just give them the number. And if you're listening, somebody may by phone, if you want to give that number out, my number directly for one-on-one assessments is 1-877-377-2854. And you can ask for Ivy or Mulaney or my assistants, and we'll get you in. And that's phone consultations also. We do phone consultations for those that may be abroad or may be listening from other parts of the world. Okay?
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, very
thank
good.
you.
Thank you. All right, Tracy Hines, you're next. All right, Tracy, go ahead.
Oh my God. Hi, family.
Hey,
Oh,
what's up?
First of all, Mr. Big B.
You
Yeah.
have to play your bass one day. You got you and Marcy. We gonna have you and Marcy. We could
Oh, that's
literally
gonna
have
be
a band.
fun. I
We
can't
could
wait to
literally
do
have a
that.
band on the family tree. We could really have a
Oh,
band.
shucks.
We got Marcy and you, and then Fanny, and then who else? We need a drummer. Who can drum? We got drummers.
I think Apostle does the drummer.
Apostle can do the drums. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Oh, shucks. We got all the instruments here. Bring your fingers. If you got the keyboard, bring your fingers because we got that too.
All right.
And I'll sing. I'll sing.
Well,
yeah, there you go.
okay.
I'm so excited.
Big B says too.
Oh my gosh, I am so excited. I'm excited because, first of all, I apologize. I missed last week. I'm gonna get with Big B for that, so I can get a copy of that.
Right.
I'm excited because I don't know any, and there's nothing against race or anything, but I don't know any doctors
primary doctors that will call me on a Saturday
Mm.
just to tell me that my cholesterol went down, my LDLs went down, and a couple of things. I'm going to show you. From 207 to 171, cholesterol went down.
Oh
Okay. All right.
wow.
All right.
Okay, that's
Great.
good. That's
All right.
good. You're
That's what's
going in the
up.
right direction. That's
I was
right.
like, what's going on? And then he was excited. He almost couldn't talk. He said 135 to 92, my LDL.
Okay. Uh-huh. Okay.
And then my A1C is 5.8.
Whoa.
Go ahead, girl. Go ahead, Tracy.
Now, where was it before now? Where was it before?
I don't remember, but it was high.
Yeah, I remember it was high. Yes, I remember.
And then he said it could go down a little bit more if you want to. And I said, yeah, I want to. Then he said, my liver is between 47 and 64, which mine was 47.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm still working on that because see, my liver is getting clean, but it's working hard to clean out the toxins in my body. So I use these foot patches that put on my feet at night, and that draws the what's called nubu, and it draws out the toxins, and they look like black. Well, they're starting to turn brown, which means it's coming
It's
out.
cleaning out. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's cleaning out.
So I
That's
didn't think. I said I'll try it. You get it on Amazon. I said, let me try this. It's working. I said, I'm gonna get a whole bunch of them. Just keep drawing it out. Keep drawing it out.
Now I want to. Well, first of all, let's everybody come off mute.
Yes,
This is
indeed,
a
Tracy.
major piece for Tracy here that you are doing great. Come off mute,
Yeah,
y'all.
yeah.
Congratulations,
Congratulations.
everybody.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Awesome.
Congratulations.
Awesome.
Oh my God, this is so good. This is so good because I am 61 years old, and I did not know when I was younger that this could have been prevented. So I'm telling my children now. I say, y'all need to do this now. Because they wondering, Dad, Mom, how come you look young, or how come you sound young, or how come you still got energy? Even though I am considered, they say I'm considered wheelchair bound. I don't want to be. So tomorrow I'm going to the neurologist?
Yes.
They at chiropractic tomorrow, and they offer me this thing called soft wave therapy. And what that does is supposed to help with my neuropathy.
Yeah.
So my question is, Dr. Paul, is that good?
Yeah, all of it's good. You know, I would do all of
it's
those.
all
different-
natural.
All natural. You know, any type of therapies can help with the process. Remember, I mentioned acupuncture to you. I also mentioned, there's oxygen therapy. There's so much out here right now. There's even sound therapy. You know, I used to take my wife to sound therapy. Yeah, we have a group called the Frequency Club. The Frequency Club. Yeah, it's called the Frequency Club. I can't remember all this, Tracy. I'm sorry. I can't.
That's okay. That's all right. Now you do. So
yes. So what
write
you
it
would
down.
do? Yep. So what you would do, and I'll give out the information to the Frequency Club. And what you do is you sit in a room, and literally they set the frequency based on whatever your ailments are. So if it's neuropathy, anything that's going on with blood, parasites, anything, it's based on the Rife or the Reef system. And that was a scientist who actually basically was able to frequency every disease to a frequency. And when you match that frequency, you literally destroy whatever it is, or it balances itself out. And then the body regenerates. So it's called wave frequency. So that would be something that you can do. And guess what you do when you get there?
What you do?
Nothing. You just sit there. You just sit there. You just sit
that's
there.
what I want to do.
You just sit in the room. That's it. You just sit in the room. And I used to love it because when my wife and I, we just sit there and just chill. That was my relaxation time. It got real quiet. He played some music, You know, had some incense rolling. I mean, it was
I
very
know that's
peaceful.
right.
And I'm gonna
Wow.
tell you, yes, it really worked for me. I'm gonna tell you. Yeah,
Come
so
on,
I
Big B.
will
Let's do it in harmony. Well.
yeah, I had a brother. I think I had him on. Yeah, we had him on the family tree one time. We did. So
Wow.
I'm gonna see if I can find the number for the brother, and I'll get it to you. Okay, or I'll put
I
it out here
definitely
for the
want to check it
family.
out. All
Yeah,
things.
but they call the Frequency Club. Yeah, they call the
All right.
Frequency. Yeah.
Dr.
Thank
Paul,
you
is that
so much.
Solomon?
Huh?
Is that Solomon? Something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just let me
I got the number from Dr. Lenny when I was in his office last, and I
yeah.
called him. And he's now looking for a location. His location is down, so he's not available right now.
Yeah. So definitely just to stay in contact with him.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
You know, that would be it. Because that was through also El Hagan. That's who I met him through.
Oh.
Yeah,
Right.
El Hagan.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
So yeah,
Okay.
so just understand that these things are out here. Okay, there's a lot of treatments that you can do that are good therapies, and you just got to find the one that works for you. You know, and
Right.
try them all. Try them
Absolutely.
all. I would
Right.
say
Right.
try them all. Be open to the world, to the universe.
Amen. That's
Right?
so very
You
true.
know
All
what?
right.
And the number one thing that I want everybody to hear, everybody that's listening on the Zoom, and if you're on Facebook and anywhere around the world you're listening, here is the key. Here's the key. You gotta be open to the universe.
Yes,
You
man.
got it? You can't say, I know, I know. Sometimes I know,
You
I
don't
know, I
know.
know.
And it's
Stop
amazing what you
saying
don't know that you
stop
don't know that you
saying
don't
you
know.
know. Stop saying you know. See, when you say I know, then you have now limited all
Screwed
of your
yourself.
possibilities
Yeah,
for the
buddy.
universe to bring you something different that you
That's right.
don't know.
That's
You
right.
got it? This is
Right.
what people set off all the time. I mean, when I'm sitting there trying to explain something, they say, I know, I know, I know. I said, you gotta be quiet. Will you be quiet? I want to say that
Yeah,
so
man.
bad. I want to say, would you stop saying that?
Yeah,
Because
man.
you're limiting yourself. You don't know it.
I
Matter of
see.
fact, to know it all, you know, when you become a master, is to understand that I do not know.
Yes.
But I
Amen.
will welcome everything in the universe to bring me so that now I can participate to know. So the
Yes.
universe says, okay, well, we're going to bring it all to you now.
I know
As
that's right.
opposed to if you said no, well, the universe says, all right, well, if you already know, then we ain't going to give you nothing else.
I know that. Hey, Dr. Paul, check this out. It's amazing what you don't know that you don't know that you don't know. How about that?
That's right.
All
That's
right, guys,
right. There
we
you
got
go.
two more,
All
Zipporah
right,
and
two
Jamala,
more.
and we out of
Thank you,
here.
Tracy. Tracy, you're doing
Yes,
great.
right on time.
Congratulations. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Dr. Paul, when I made the change,
Yes.
remember I was in a wheelchair. I had 3 strokes. I could not talk. I could not walk. I could not go to the bathroom.
What?
Today I am driving. Excuse me.
Go ahead with your bad
Well, go
self.
ahead, Ram. Go ahead, Ram.
Go ahead.
That's what I'm
Boy,
talking about, man.
see now, you got no excuse to come to my house.
Everybody better come on
I
for
drive
Ram.
and I can go wherever I please.
Well, excuse me.
Amen. Amen.
Now I'm loving that.
I'm loving it.
Now I'm gonna, hey, Dr. Paul, I'm gonna run him down because he live around the corner. I know I'm gonna get him now.
You're gonna get him
you're
now.
my
You
neighbor.
might,
No question.
that's right. Y'all might catch each other at the farm somewhere.
And it's the truth. That's so very true, man.
Right. That's
So
right.
I made some dramatic changes.
I'm thrilled to hear that,
My diet,
Apostle.
herb, the whole bit. I'm on the regiment. Trust me.
Good, man. I'm glad to hear that,
But
buddy.
it started with Dr. Paul doing that assessment on me. That's how it
Yes.
started.
Yes.
And he picked up that something was going on with my kidneys. Found out I was stage 5 kidney disease, didn't know it. He also discovered that I had high cholesterol. And he told me, he said, listen, go to your doctor. He said, let your doctor test you. Don't tell him you've been to me. He said, let him confirm it. And the doctor confirmed everything Dr. Paul said.
Yes. Apostle, I'm so proud, man. You got your independence back, bro.
Oh, yeah, Doc.
That's right, Doc.
Got my mojo back, brother.
Got your mojo back, Doc.
I'm glad to hear that. I'm gonna run him down now for real.
You gonna run him down for real?
Yeah, because he's
now.
right around the corner. I'm gonna get him now for real.
Yeah, Bill's my buddy. Bill and I go back 30 plus years.
Yeah, man. Yes, sir. God's good, man.
Yes, it is.
All
Congratulations.
right, Zipporah and then Jamila. Zipporah? I see you. You gotta unmute, Zipporah. There we
All
go.
right, can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we got you.
All right, hello, family tree.
Hey, hey.
All right. All right, Dr. Paul, I have a question about what can you do for peripheral neuropathy in both hands?
Yep, structural first. Remember, anything dealing with neuropathy, number one, you make sure you eliminate structural issues first. So if you have it in both hands, first thing I would be thinking about immediately is spinal. Get a good chiropractor. T2, T5 is usually where you are, and then you work around from there. And then I would move forward. Usually T2, T5 is usually the upper part. So which Dr. Lenny was here, he could tell you more. You can also do, of course, acupuncture would help with that. But if you now go and you get checked out, they find out you're in alignment, there's no issues with the spine, then we know that it's probably your food choices. Too much acid. That means inflammation. Neuropathy can be because of food choices, meaning that you're eating too many foods that are acidic or causing problems with acidity. So that's where we would start, okay? But
Yeah, and
but structural first. Check structural.
all right.
Is this for you, by the way? Is this for you?
That's for someone else.
Okay. Ask them, are they working at a job where they're sitting all day?
No.
Okay. Then make sure they get checked out. I would go and make sure that they get with a chiropractor first.
All right, now, yeah, one other quick question is I know one Saturday you were talking about, neuropathy herbs, and I missed hearing it. So, what is St. John's wort a good herb for
Well,
neuropathy?
I mean, there's a lot. Anything that reduces inflammation would be like turmeric, all those ones that we talked about. We say not to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent any disease, just food for the soul. So that means like turmeric, anti-inflammatory, any anti-inflammatory, which really is any herb. All herbs have an anti-inflammatory property, but the highest on that list would be turmeric. Okay, that would be turmeric. Yeah, that would be turmeric. And there's also other ones like MSM. I mean, it's just so many. I mean, we've talked about it so many times here on the family tree that, even if prophetess maybe have a list that we can drop on her. But all herbs have an anti-inflammatory in principles. Calendula or calendula is excellent. Nettle. I mean, there's just so many. It's just too many for me to even mention that they're out there. But the problem is, here's my concern. We got to know where we are, and watch the food choices that you're doing. You know what I found out today, y'all? I found out that, when you start talking, remember I talk about hydrogenated foods? Zipporah, did that answer your question though? I'm sorry. Did I finish you on that question? We finished on that, right? Okay.
About the
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
You just brought me into it to remind the family about this hydrogenated foods. Okay, hydrogenated foods, these trans fats that they're putting in here, I just found out they got a little loophole in the packaging. You ever see the trans fat and it'll be on the back of the crackers or the whatever, and it'll say trans fat 0?
Yeah.
But did you know that if it's less than 1/3 of a specific amount, they don't have to list it on there. So when you see 0, you mean there's nothing at all. But no, that's not true. It actually is still some in there. So watch out for the trans fats, partially or fully hydrogenated. Watch the chips, watch those things because they are pulling moisture out of you. And they can cause a lot of problems because you got a lot of folks who are like vegan, vegetarians, and they have little crackers at night. This stuff is dehydrating you. You got to be careful because it will pull the moisture out of you and it will start to cause issues with your kidneys, swelling in the legs, things like kidneys. The kidneys, number one, but swelling in the legs, back hurts a little bit, in the lower mid back part, that's your kidneys. Yep. It'll also pull the moisture out of your arteries and veins, which means your pressure is going to go up. And eventually it can affect your autonomic system because it'll pull the moisture out of your nervous system. So these are the 3 areas that it'll pull it from. So be careful, all right? No trans fats. You got to watch all that stuff. And they roast them. I saw these Ritz crackers. Brother came in.
Yeah.
The Ritz crackers. I said, man. He's like, man, I love these Ritz crackers. I said, first of all, they bioengineered. He's like, what? Yeah, they're bioengineered. And then when I looked it up and I said, look at these ingredients here. found out that trans fat, that little loophole is in there.
Mm-hmm.
Leave him alone, y'all. All right. Okay, let's go, Big B. Almost time to get out of here. It's
Yes,
getting
sir.
late.
Jamila is
All right.
our last one. That's it.
All right, Jamila.
Jamila, you there?
Jamila? Is she there?
Okay.
All right.
Well,
I think she's gone. All
yeah,
right. Well, she
she may
might
be
be
gone.
asleep
Dr.
by
Paul,
now. Yes.
I just want to say one thing before you leave.
Mm-hmm.
When you were talking about stop saying I know,
Mm.
there's a saying, and I didn't find out who did it till a few years later. But the saying is, it ain't what you don't know that gets you in trouble. It's what you know for sure that just ain't so.
Wow.
I'm
Wow.
happy. Oh,
Mark
yes.
Twain. Mark
Oh,
Twain did that. But if those of who remember Reggie Bryant, who used to be on WRD,
Dr. Reggie Bryant.
Yes,
he would close that out
That was his
at
sign
the
off.
end of the show. That was his
Yeah,
sign off.
yep.
Yeah,
That
put
was
that
his
in the
sign
chat
off.
for everybody. Put that in the chat
I
for
sure
everybody
will.
if you could. I appreciate
You
that.
think you know that?
You
Just
know,
saying.
there's so many words and things
Thank
that,
you, Nisa. I had
thank you,
forgotten that.
Nisa. I appreciate that.
I had forgotten that.
And you
Yeah.
know what? They always say, I heard a brother tell me this week. He said, you got to watch your mouth and what you say too. Because he said, a fish, think about it. Fish would have never got caught if he kept his mouth shut.
I know. Wow. Hallelujah. Ain't that the truth, y'all? Well.
I was like, that's a good one. That's a real good one. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, we're going to wrap it up. Big B,
Yeah, man.
tell everybody how they can be a part of the family tree and support us. And also, I'm going to give out Dodd's information as we close out. All right?
You got it, man. And of course, always, family, in order to make sure that you do what? Get a copy of tonight's chat. Send me an email, guys, to mechavideo@gmail.com. Again, mechavideo@gmail.com. And to continue to support the family tree, use my Cash App. That's $BILMORGAN. If you use a bank, that Zelle ID is mechavideo@comcast.net. And of course, we got a P.O. Box here over here in Mullica Hill. That's Bill Morgan. P.O. Box 191, Mullica Hill, New Jersey, 08062. Hey, guys, get that info in, because guess what? We're ready to go, because Dr. Polo's out. Run him down and make sure I get everything so I can get it out to you on Thursday. That's right.
All right. I want to say thank you, family.
Yeah.
Give yourselves a hand. Give yourselves a hand.
Yeah, buddy. Yes, sir.
All right. Everybody, I want to thank you so much for tuning in and take this information. We say don't hold on to it, but share the information, right?
Yeah, man. Yes, sir, buddy.
But the truth. So go and share it. Be with your families. Stay cool. All right?
Yeah.
And remember, if you're
breathing, you got a shot.
I want to give
sir,
a special thanks for Big B over there.
Yeah.
L. Morgan.
Well, yes, sir.
And also for Prophetess, I know she probably got out of here. She probably banged out of here. Yeah, she probably got out of here. Thank you so much, Prophetess. We appreciate you and everything that you do and keeping our notes and keeping things as a moderator. We want to thank you all so much. And like I said, share this information, be on point.
Yes.
And you know, the UV radiation rate is very high right now. I want you to go on Google. I want you to Google UV levels. UV levels. UV is in Victor levels. Got it? And find out and be familiar with the levels and where they are during the day. Now, today, for example, when you're talking about UV levels, the UV levels today, matter of fact, do I have one? They were up to like 10. Just to give you an idea, 11, 9, 8, 9, 10, 11, that's dangerous. That's actually considered dangerous. And we ran a 10 today. In places like Florida, Tam, they were up there with you. And Nisa, are you in Florida right now?
No, I'm here in Philly.
Oh, you're in Philly. But so anybody in Florida,
I'm on a train on my way to Florida.
levels were up to 12 today. Yours was 12 today.
Wow.
So just keep that in understanding at there's certain times of the day you got to be aware of it. You might want to, before you go out, check the UV levels. Got it? Go right to a website, go right up, punch in UV levels for where I am, like Philadelphia, right now. And punch in right now. you punch in right now, it'll pull you right there. All right? All
Okay,
right.
buddy.
All right. We're going to put this thing and wrap it on. I say, Big B, thank you, buddy. We got to tap it out. Marcy saying I better tap it out.
Yeah,
I want
buddy.
to thank y'all so much, and always a good pleasure, and it's good to see everybody. So, tap it out, tap it out, tap it out, tap it out.
Yeah.
I want to thank Dr. Eloise also for joining us. She probably got out of here. But go and see her. She's got that Reiki. She'll put it on you now. Pull off you, Big B. Come on down. Come on down. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. Hey, Marcy, I see you over there. I see you over there. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. Come on the left side, on the right side. What you got? Left
All
and
right.
side. What you got? What you got?
All right. Hey.
All right, right side. And breathe. All right, clap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. All the way up the shoulder. Flipping over on the inside.
Yep.
Good. On the other side. What you do on one side, you got to do on the other side. Hey. On the inside. Good. And breathe. Is you breathing? Breathing through your what? Your nose, out through the mouth. The stomach comes out, right? I want everybody to take a deep breath in. Inhale out, all right? So take a deep breath in. Stomach's supposed to come out, right? 1, 2, 3. Inhale. Stomach expands. Don't blow the chest up. And blow out with what's called pursed lip breathing. Now we're going down. One more time. 1, 2, 3. Breathe in. Stomach comes up and breathe out. One more time. Breathe in. And exhale.
Yeah.
All right. Somebody doing it. I see y'all doing it. 1, 2, 3. Clap.
Yep.
Come on, rub them hands. Get that energy going. That qigong going. And get that energy going, and then rub it on down. Give yourself that energy back. That energy back. There you go. You gotta feel that all the way down. You feel it. You almost feel it on your hands and your arms. Come on down. Clap. Clap. Good. Clap. Take a shower. Clap.
Yeah.
And bring it on down. Put it on that area where your shoulder or your knee. With good intention. Right?
Yeah, buddy.
One more time. I surrender my life. Come on, get that energy. Clap. And clap. And clap. Hold the top one. Move the top one. Keep the body still. When you feel the energy, do like this, y'all. When you feel the energy, you feel something between there. That's your energy. That's nobody else but you. Take care. With good intentions. Bless yourself. God bless you.
Yeah, buddy.
And thanks for tuning in to the Bang
Victory.
All right, good to see everybody. All right. Y'all can dance if y'all want to. We can dance. There you go. Go ahead, baby. Go ahead, baby. Go, baby. Go, baby. Yeah, there you go.
I'm trying to catch up with Carol.
There you go. Carol, there you go.
Yo.
All right.
Carol, I'm getting Carol.
We'll see y'all next week, all right?
Yeah, buddy.
All right, thank you, guys.
Big Pete, Rosetta, agree. Dennis, yeah. Don, have a good evening. Blessings.
4,
Yeah.
3, 2, All right.
Thank you, Dr. Paul. Thank you.
Yeah. Have a great weekend, Doc.
Oh yeah, I forgot to get Don's number. Say Big B, we're gonna send it out. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, I got his number right here. I forgot his number. I'm gonna get his number.
Okay.
Y'all got his number. You want Don's number? It's 215.
Put it in the chat.
6388. Yep.
Say again. 215.
215. And that's 287. 6388. All right, send him a shout out. Even if you reach out to him and just give him a little love. All right, God-stopping efforts. Rest in paradise, his brother Pete. Send him a prayer for his family. All right. God bless y'all.
He's just doing
y'all later.
Yeah, buddy.
All right, Big B. We'll see you on the weekend, Big B.
You got it, man. Blessing.